mountains casting golden rays across the landscape. A small village nestled at the feet of those towering peaks began to stir awake. This was a place filled with hope and dreams, but like many communities, it bore the weight of struggles that sometimes overshadowed that light. Among its inhabitants was a young woman named Mira, who had long wrestled with feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Mira spent her days in the village market, selling handmade jewelry. Each piece she crafted was delicate and beautiful, yet she struggled to find customers. Despite her talent, she often found herself comparing her work to that of others who seemed to succeed effortlessly. She felt trapped in a cycle of disappointment, her heart heavy with the belief that she would never be good enough, that her dreams of success would elude her forever. One particularly bright morning, as Mira was setting up her stall, she noticed an elderly woman with graying hair and a warm smile. The woman, who introduced herself as Elara, wandered into the market carrying a walking stick adorned with intricate carvings. Elara had an air of contentment that instantly drew Mira in. The elder stopped at Mira's stall, examining her pieces with keen interest. "What a lovely collection you have here," Elara said, her eyes twinkling. "You have an artist's spirit, my dear." Mira felt a flutter of pride at the compliment, but quickly brushed it aside with her usual skepticism. "Thank you, but I don't think I'm really that good. There are so many others who do what I do, and much better." Elara shook her head gently. "It's human nature to compare ourselves to others. But let me tell you something important. Greatness is not about being the best in the eyes of others. It's about being true to yourself and finding joy in your craft." Mira listened, intrigued yet unsure of what to make of Elara's wisdom. The elder continued, "I have seen many things in my life, and I can assure you that every artist has moments of doubt. But true success is not a destination. It's a journey filled with growth, learning, and self-acceptance." The encounter sparked a curiosity in Mira. She wanted to understand more, to learn from Elara's wisdom. So she invited the elder to sit with her throughout the day, sharing stories and laughter as they watched the bustling market. Elara spoke of her own past, recounting her struggles and triumphs as a weaver, creating tapestries that told stories of her village and culture. Each tale resonated with Mira, filling her with a glimmer of hope that perhaps she too could rise above her fears. The days turned into weeks, and Mira found herself looking forward to Elara's visits. With each conversation, she blossomed. The elder's encouraging words ignited a fire within her. Mira began to experiment more with her craft, allowing her creativity to flow without the suffocating grip of fear. She poured love into every piece she made, infusing them with her own spirit and stories. As time passed, Mira's work began to sell. The villagers noticed the uniqueness in her jewelry, and customers started to seek her out. She cherished each sale not just as a transaction, but as recognition of her authenticity. However, even with this newfound success, she was cautious, still afraid that it could slip away. What if this is just a fleeting moment? She often thought. One day, as Mira set up her stall, she noticed a crowd gathering. Curious, she went to investigate and found a young boy being cheered on in a makeshift racing competition. He had a wild look in his eyes and an infectious enthusiasm that filled the air. Inspired, Mira decided to ask him about his desire to race. "I want to be the fastest runner in the world," he exclaimed, chest puffed with pride. "Even if I stumble, I'll keep running." Mira's heart swelled at his determination. It struck her then that life itself was a race, not one where victory was guaranteed, but one filled with the thrill of pursuing your passions regardless of the outcome. The boy didn't worry about the competition or the possibility of failure. He simply embraced the joy of running. With newfound clarity, Mira reflected on her journey. She realized that her worth did not hinge on being the best. Instead, it was about living her truth and embracing her passion. She thought of Elara's words and how true enlightenment came from recognizing the beauty in her struggles and the significance in her own path. Weeks turned into months, and as winter approached, Mira held a small exhibition to showcase her work. As she hung her pieces with care, she felt a mixture of excitement and fear. What if no one came? What if they didn't like her work? But then, she remembered the boy and his unwavering spirit, and her heart warmed with hope. The day finally arrived, and as villagers began to wander into the exhibition, Mira felt an overwhelming surge of joy. People were not just admiring her jewelry, They were connecting with her stories. They were captivated by the emotions woven into each piece, reflecting resilience, hope, and love. For the first time, she felt seen, not just as an artist, but as a person who had poured her heart into her work. At the end of the day, as the sun cast its final light, Elara, who had been watching from a distance, approached Mira. The elder grabbed her hands, her eyes shimmering with pride. "You've done it, my dear. You've shared your truth with the world, and that is the greatest gift of all." Mira smiled, tears brimming in her eyes. In that moment, she understood. The journey of self-improvement was not about perfection or constant validation. It was about embracing the bumps along the way, learning from them, and shuffling forward with grace and authenticity. Years passed, and Mira continued to grow. She became a mentor to other aspiring artists in the village, guiding them with the same wisdom she once received from Elara. They gathered in the market, sharing stories and supporting one another. As their works flourished amidst the vibrant community, Mira's heart danced with joy, knowing that she had created a ripple effect. By believing in herself, she had inspired others to venture on their own paths of self-discovery. Sometimes late at night, Mira would revisit the memories of her early days, still hearing Elara's gentle voice echoing in her mind. She had learned to embrace struggle, joyousness, and even failure, knowing each experience held the potential to enlighten her spirit. As Mira stood one evening watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and violet, she felt grateful for every twist and turn in her journey. In that moment, she realized that life is a tapestry of stories woven together through the threads of love, perseverance, and wisdom. Each individual carries the potential for greatness, and often those who feel the most insignificant hold the key to profound transformations. In our lives, we all face struggles and doubts, but it is essential to remember that we are worthy of success and fulfillment. Every challenge we encounter is an opportunity for growth, and in nurturing our passions unapologetically, we can inspire others too. In conclusion, the heart of this story radiates a simple yet profound truth, that within each of us lies the potential for greatness. Embrace your flaws and journey, learn from your struggles, and never shy away from sharing your passion with the world. When you begin to believe in yourself, you unlock the power not only to transform your own life, but to uplift those around you. Because as you believe, you grow, and as you grow, you inspire others to do the same.